Hey, we're really glad that so many wonderful faces have come to Snook this evening. If you're here and not by mistake, you're at the South Nassau Unitarian Universalist Congregation in Freeport. This is a wonderful, warm, welcoming, that alliterates, and community that also supports lots of creative endeavors. And among those creative endeavors is Improv. We have an amazing group of improvisers this evening. And I'm just here to welcome you, say I'm glad to see you all, and introduce the MC this evening, Mr. Michael Locke.
Thank you, Brian. Good evening. Welcome, everybody, to this student performance of improvisation. By your applause, how many people have never seen live improvisation before? Smattering. Great. Thank you very much. Thanks for taking the chance. On doing something you've never done before. That's not easy. We appreciate it. Let me tell you what you're going to see. You're going to see a group of student improvisers come up here and create on the spot scenes, stories, TV shows, everything. It's going to be right on the spot, right before your very eyes, and it's all going to be based on your suggestions. Everybody say, ooh. That's right. We need you, we need your suggestions to make this show happen. So let's warm up your suggestion-giving muscles. I might ask you for anything at all. I might ask you for your favorite color. So on the count of three, I would like you to all yell out your favorite color. 1, 2, 3. Blue! I heard blue. Excellent. I might ask you for your favorite food. On the count of three, I want everybody to shout out your favorite food. 1, 2, 3. Yes! I heard pizza. I might ask you for your favorite thing to do on a Saturday night. On the count of three, shout out your favorite thing to do on a Saturday night. 1, 2, 3. Yes! I heard good on Improv show. Excellent. Fabulous. So that's what's going to happen on this stage tonight. I will be coming to you for suggestions. Oh, hi, Betty. Betty's here. It's nice to see some faces that I recognize. Laura's here. There's some people that I know. It's really fabulous. What else do I say? Oh, these are student performers. So just so you know, I reserve the right to coach on occasion. You may hear me over there on the side there go something like, "Yes, you did." In order to help the improviser. Sometimes it's easier when you're outside of an improvisation to know what might help the improvisation along. And so I reserve the right to coach them. I'll try to keep it to a minimum so as not to distract you by some weird old fat guy in the back yelling. What else do you need to know? I don't think you need to know anything else. This is going to be a fun night. I think you're all going to have a good time. So at this point, I'd like you to put your hands together and welcome our improvisers! Good. For our first improvisation, we're going to do something called The Buck Stops Here. This was, as far as I know, this was invented by a colleague of mine named Ken Adams some years ago. It's a very silly exercise, and it's just sort of a warm-up for us, but I think it'll be fun for you as well. One person, the concept is that people on this side, whoever's on this side, is the magician or the lead or the king or the head of the village, and this person over here has a terrible problem that has happened in the village, and they only have one object in which to solve the problem. So this person is going to run in here, talk to the king or the queen or the magician or whoever, and say, "There's this terrible problem, and I only have this one thing to solve it." And this person, without hesitation, with great confidence, is going to tell them how to use that one object to solve this terrible problem. Both the problem and the object, by the way, come from suggestions that you gave us before the show on little cards. So they will be using suggestions from you. So we now take you to The Buck Stops Here.
Your Lordship, the elders are turning into singing waiters and all I have to be is barber shears.
Take the barber shears, cut all their hair off, and they won't be able to sing anymore.
Thank you. Oh, wise ruler, help. All the houses are burning, and all I have is this duck.
Well, feed the duck and net it. It'll throw up all over the fire and put it out.
Your Majesty, one of the villagers turned into a piñata, and now everyone is trying to hit him with sticks, and he has to convince them he's not a piñata, and all I have is this paintbrush.
All you do is take the paintbrush and paint a fake pinata, and he'll think he's the fake one, and he won't get hit anymore.
Thank you. Dear leader, a good witch has offered her blessing to an evil prince who is disguised, and now she needs to reverse her spell, and all I have is a screwdriver.
Use the screwdriver and shove it in the bad prince's ear, and his brain will explode.
Thank you.
Oh, Your Majesty, a swamp creature is smothering the village in seaweed, and all I have is this candle.
No problem. Light the candle, the swamp gas will go on fire, it will light the beast on fire, and it will die in flames.
You are amazing, thank you.
Oh, dear princess! The Loch Ness Monster is beating everyone with wet noodles! And all I have is this little cup.
Take the cup, put all of the noodles inside the cup, throw it at the Loch Ness Monster, jump up and down 5 times, and it'll go away.
Thank you.
Oh, great sage! Rapunzel's experienced massive hair loss, and all I have is a shovel!
Okay, dig a shovel, get the castle to go really, really low. Boom, boom, you get Rapunzel.
Thank you!
My lord, flying monkeys are attacking the planes at the airport, and all I have is this iPhone.
Okay, take the iPhone and throw it at the monkeys. They'll take it, they'll play with it, they'll be confused because it's hard to work, and they'll go away.
Your ladyship, giant bees have been attacking the 7 dwarves and they're growing 10 feet tall. All I have is a toothbrush.
Take the toothbrush, beat the bees until they die, and then the dwarves will magically shrink down to their original small size.
Thank you.
You're a great wizard, miss. I have a fan gun that ran out of batteries, and all I have is this blowtorch.
All right, take the blowtorch, put it on the battery, and it's going to recharge it, and everything will be fine. Thank you. Your Majesty, the evil sorceress has put a spell over the entire land, and all I have is this wine glass.
Take the wine glass, wave it overhead. As it spins, it will dispel magic, and the spell will be broken.
Oh, Most High Priestess, the princess is locked in the tower, and the prince can't climb up because her hair keeps falling out. And all I have is this piece of cheese.
The piece of cheese turns into hair, and the hair will extend, and he will climb up and see his princess again.
Brilliant, thank you.
Oh, your lordship, the dragons are attacking all the children of the village, and all I have is this hot dog.
Take the hot dog, feed the children, to hell with the dragon.
All right, for our next improvisation, we're going to do something that's impossible. That's right. You are about to witness the impossible. These 6 people and these 6 people are each going to pretend to be one person. And they're going to have to speak in unison, even though they have no idea what they're going to say, and they have no leader. So this person is going to, this 6 people are going to speak as if they were one person, all in unison. These are a second person who will speak all in unison. We're going to have a little debate. What will this debate be about? What was your favorite class in high school?
Gym.
Why was gym your favorite?
No homework.
All right, so the subject of the, it's going to be physical education in schools. The subject of the debate is going to be physical education in schools. This person is going to be pro-physical education in schools. This person is going to be anti-physical education in schools. And we now take you to a speaking in unison TV debate. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to School Matters. Today on School Matters, we have 2 people on 2 very opposite sides of a contentious debate. The debate over physical education in our schools. Too much, too little, not enough dodgeball? We will decide. First, let's meet our first person who is pro-physical education in the schools. Please introduce yourselves.
My name is Melvin Pickle.
I'm sorry, Melvin what?
Pickle.
I'm sorry?
Melvin Pickle.
Melvin Pickle, thank you very much for being on the show. And number 2, please introduce yourself.
My name is George.
in the schools. Just very briefly, could you tell us why?
Physical education is good for the body.
And George, you are anti. Just very briefly, could you state your reason for being against physical education in schools?
Physical education is
I'm sorry?
Physical education is tiring.
It's tiring. So what's wrong with the students getting a little bit tired?
They don't come to class.
They don't come to class if they're tired. What do you have to say to that, Melvin?
Boys and girls want to be tired.
Boys and girls want to be tired? What makes you say that?
Because they like to sleep.
They like to sleep. That's true, George. What do you have to say to that?
If they sleep, they get fat.
Let's move on. There's been some discussion about the costs of physical education. How do you feel about budgeting for physical education, Melvin?
Budgeting for physical education is easy.
In what way?
We just take money.
I'm sorry?
We just take money.
We just give money? What we are you talking about?
Our schools.
Oh, so individuals have to give schools more money. Suppose they don't want to.
Too bad.
Give me your stand on the costs of physical education in schools, George.
It's too expensive.
Give me an example.
That will cost money.
In what way? Follow.
Walls are leather.
I'm sorry?
Walls are leather.
That's true. Why is that an issue?
Leather is expensive.
That's very true. Hey, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Let's have a hand for our experts. Our next improvisation is called an emotional symphony, because that's absolutely what it is. I'm going to get from you 4 emotions and 4 things for these people to talk about. They are then going to talk about these things in those emotional states. Oh, look, it's Jim. Hi, Jim. I'm seeing faces. Amy's over there. It's just nice to see friendly faces. Although I think Jim was actually nodding off a little bit, so the face wasn't all that friendly. A little more for his head. So they're going to talk about the subject that I get from you in the emotional state that they're in, and then I'm going to be conducting them as if I were a symphony conductor and they were my orchestra. So to get us started, please, could I get a hobby that a person might have for Patrick? Golf. Could I get a mode of transportation, a way to get from here to there? Horse. I heard horses. Could I get a type of law that a person might practice?
Bankruptcy.
Family law. Family law. And could I get please a style of music? Rap. Rap. Now I need some emotions. Could I get an emotional from Patrick, please?
Outrage.
Shocked. Shocked. Could I get a positive emotion for Fran?
Happy. Excited.
Happy. Could I get an emotion for Jean?
Angry.
Barclay?
Disgusted.
Horrified.
Horrified. Horrified. And a positive emotion for Louise?
Excited.
Excited. Okay, and so that means you are.
I know it's golf. Shocked about golf.
Shocked about golf, and you are.
Happy about riding horses.
Happy about riding horses, and you are.
Horrified by family law.
Horrified by family law, and you are.
Excited about rap.
Excited about rap. We now take you to an emotional symphony.
It's the most frightening thing I've ever seen. You go in there, and they're all in robes, and they have these things, and they bang, and people walk out of there with nothing.
I hit that ball through 300 yards. I can't.
Yo, 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 yo! It's the best way to start today. You hop onto the horse, you gather around, people gather around you. It is the most exciting thing you can do.
And the children, they cry all the time.
I'm so sad when it comes to being rubbing, you know it.
And you find friends, and you just gallop, and you get excited at the same time.
I one putted every hole. I can't believe it.
And there's never any money.
I one putted every hole, and I missed all the sand tracks.
It's bloody. It's like,
And I stand sometimes by the horse, and I comb it, and
oh my God, they bleed. They bleed them dry. Everybody, they lose their lives together. They lose their lives. They lose their children.
300-foot drive. I can't believe it.
Oh my God, it's like so much fun. It's like scratching out because the teeth.
300-foot drive. I can't believe it.
From west to east, you can't kill a rapid beast. No. From east to west, rubbing is the best. No.
6 under par. Unbelievable. The best I have ever done. And then the Eagles left and right. I can't believe it. Birdies and Eagles. It's unbelievable. I'm getting trapped. I got my pants. I got pants. Unbelievable.
The music they listen to in that courtroom is horrific. It's horrible.
I crashed it. I went to a tree. Flipped it over. Rolled down into the water. It's unbelievable.
You know it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I think we learned a lot in that. I know I did. Our next improvisation is called Family Dinner because that's exactly what it is. These 4 improvisers are going to create for you spontaneously a family dinner. And I need a few things from you before we get started. First off, who's this in the family?
Grandmother.
Grandma. Who's this in the family?
Baby.
The son. We won't say baby. Otherwise he'd just sit there and coo the whole time. It'd be funny for a minute or two. That's a little rough. But we'll say the son. So grandma, the son. Who's this in the family?
Ex-wife.
Of whom? The son. Ex-wife of the son. So then this is mom. So we got grandma, mom, mom's son, and the son's ex-wife. Thanks for making it simple for me. Once again, this is grandma. This is her daughter. Her daughter also has a son who happens to be old enough to have an ex-wife. Let me show you a chart. All right, so that's the relationships there. So get that into your brains for a moment. And now, just to make it fun for them, or maybe just because I like to torture people, I'm going to give them an order in which they have to speak. So every time they speak, they can only speak after the same person in the scene. So it's going to go in order. We're just going to make this up at random. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it starts over again. So just remember who you always speak after. You can only speak after the person of the number before you. Good. We're going to take this in the middle of the dinner. You know how sometimes you have dinner and you talk about things, and then there's that moment somewhere in the middle of the dinner where everybody just sort of pauses and nobody says anything for a few moments, and everybody just sort of eats for a moment, and then the conversation starts again. That's where this scene begins. We take you now to a family dinner.
This is pretty awkward.
Yeah, well, you did bring your ex-wife.
And Valerie is such a lovely girl.
Yeah. Yeah. That indeed.
You know, I brought her because Grandma likes her so much. I think she's just a strung-out waif.
Well, I can't agree with that, honey.
Jerry, you and Valerie make such a handsome couple. I'm so glad, and she's always so happy when you're here.
I really think that we can work things out.
You know, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. My grandmother is delusional. She just doesn't understand when it's just over. We just can't keep pretending just for her.
Mom, honey, you're supposed to use a spoon to eat the soup with.
Why does everyone criticize everything I do every time we get together?
Listen, it's okay.
I like you.
When I'm out in the streets and the other girls are talking about my outfit, I try to hear your voice in my head and think about how much you love me. And that's when I send you the $5.
Yeah, Grandma, don't you remember the $20,000 I sent you? I bought your car.
You know she can't drive anymore.
I've been looking for those keys, and Jerry says that the car is being repaired, but I don't remember it taking 3 months.
3 months, 3 years, 3 decades.
You know, I only got along well with you when I was stoned.
And save! Just like my Thanksgiving. All right, for our next improvisation, we're going to take you to a slideshow. Unfortunately, we don't have a projector. So these people are actually going to improvise the slides, and these people are going to tell you what those slides are. What do I need to get from you? Oh, could I have, please, someplace exotic in the world?
Aruba.
Tahiti, I heard. Tahiti. What are those islands? And could I have a reason that a person would go to Tahiti other than on vacation? What's a reason someone would go to Tahiti other than on vacation?
Learn from the Lord.
Witness protection. Witness protection. Excellent. Good. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Freeport Community Club. Every month we get together and we have somebody with an unusual occupation come and enlighten us. Today we have 2 people who used to work in a kind of unusual job. I'll let them explain it to you, but for the past 5 years, they have been in a witness protection program in Tahiti. They brought some slides to describe their job and what it's like to be in witness protection. Please give them a warm round of applause.
Thanks for coming tonight. Got some slides for you. Check them out. Slide number 1.
It's important to realize when you're in witness protection that you have to really be nice to the locals. So we would practice bowing and just always be as courteous as we could.
Yes, and we slip some money in their hands when they go like that. Next slide. Yes, and we encourage everybody in the land to help out. And here you can see two ladies that live next door to us. And what they're doing is they are making food for all the children in the village.
And of course, it does come up why we were in witness protection. We had a little side business, you know, just a little extra money to make ends meet. And we sort of stumbled into this sort of sketchier situation.
Yeah, on our way to move the business to Colorado, we kind of got stopped by somebody else that we kind of know. Things got real bad real quick. We'll show you.
Well, we really realized the only thing to do was just turn our friend into the cops. And they came and arrested him, and of course, you know, we were happy to testify for our own freedom.
Yeah, and we didn't mean for her to be laid out like that and go up to heaven and turn all white and everything.
But when she swore that her gang would get us back, we knew we had to go into witness protection.
Yeah, we're so glad we could share with you all tonight.
And stay. They're actually relatives of mine. For our next improvisation, these two improvisers are going to create a scene for you, 2 characters in a situation, and it's going to be exactly 1 minute long. The scene is going to last for exactly 1 minute. After the 1 minute is over, we're going to do a few things to the scene, which I'll explain when we get there. This is a game called 1:30-15-5, which will become clear in just a second. To get us started, could I first get an indoor location for this scene, someplace inside?
Swimming pool.
I'm sorry, a pool?
Swimming pool.
Swimming pool, by the side of the swimming pool. And these 2 people have a personal relationship. How do they know one another?
They're cousins.
Cousins. So 2 cousins by a swimming pool. The scene's going to be exactly 1 minute long, and then we're going to do some things to that scene. We take you to the swimming pool.
So, this is where it all ends. My Olympic career is over.
I know you're angry with me because I broke your leg.
Do something.
I just don't understand why you would hit me with a tire iron.
Well, there was a bug, and I just, you know, wanted to squish it.
Do something to make her feel better.
You know, maybe we can turn this into a positive.
Do a thing to make her feel better. Do
A life preserver, we'll attach it to your leg, you're gonna float better than any other swimmer out there.
I think I can make a career of this in the Paralympics. Will you be there for me? You'll be there for me.
I'll be there
because
for
you did this.
I'll be there for you cheering with that tire. You know, there are other things I can do with the tire iron. You don't have to have competition.
And say. Oh, hey, I forgot to mention, everybody, please turn your cell phones off. Okay, that was the 1 minute scene. Now they're going to go back and do the exact same scene again in 30 seconds. Timing begins when you say your first line. 30 seconds, same scene.
Oh. This is it, the end of my Olympic career.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit you with that tire iron so hard, but there was a bug.
I just think you need to help me with this.
We can fix you up. We'll put a life preserver on you, and you'll float.
And then I get into the Paralympics.
Yeah, and I'll help you. I'll take out the competition with the tire iron.
Yes.
And say! Now, we're going to do the exact same scene in 15 seconds. Timing begins on the first line of dialogue. On your mark, get set, go.
All my Olympic dreams gone forever.
I'm sorry I whacked you with the tire iron.
You have to help me make this better.
I'll put a life preserver on you, and you'll float.
We'll go to the Paralympics together.
And I'll use the tire iron to take out your competition.
And say! And now, we're going to do the exact same scene in 5 seconds. Count them, 5 seconds. It begins on the first line of dialogue. On your mark, get set, go!
We'll put this life preserver on your leg and fix it all better.
We're going to the Paralympics and getting the gold!
That's it! Excellent. Very inspiring story. Such an inspiring story. All right, for our next improvisation, we're going to take you to a TV talk show where 4 people from various walks of life with strong opinions about a subject come on the talk show and tell us how they feel, why they feel, what they feel. From you, I'm going to get 4 suggestions of things to inspire a kind of character. I'm not going to get something that they're going to talk about from you. What I'm going to get from you is something that's going to determine the kind of person that they are. So for the first one, can I get, please, an animal for Joanne? Worm. So she's going to be a person. She's going to be a person that is somehow like a worm. For Anne, can I get please a word that you would use to describe a piece of art you might see?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. That'll be her spark. For Kathy, can I get another animal, please?
Giraffe.
Giraffe. I heard giraffe. And for Jess, could I get please a fabric?
Silk.
Satin, I heard. Satin. So those are going to be the things that are going to inspire the kind of people that they are, how they behave, and what they believe in. We now take you to a I got to get a suggestion from you for what this TV talk show, what's the theme of this TV talk show. Let's get, what do you like most about the summer? Sun. The sun. Excellent. Good. Thank you very much. We now take you to a TV talk show. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Solar Concerns. Today on Solar Concerns, we have 4 people who feel very strongly about solar power, solar energy, and the sun itself. Let's find out who is on our panel today. Number 1, please tell us who you are and a little something about yourself.
My name is Margaret.
Margaret, thank you very much for being on the show. Tell us a little something about yourself.
Yes, I think I'm a teacher and I
You're a
love
teacher?
science.
Where do you teach?
I teach at Freeport High School science, and so I love solar energy.
All right, well, we'll find out about solar energy in a minute, but thank you very much for being on the show. Margaret, if you tell us a little bit about yourself. Number 2.
I'm Jeanette, and I grew up in Paris. And, well, I am used to the towers and the paintings. The Louvre is absolutely my favorite place to visit.
Fabulous. Tell me your name again.
Jeanette.
Jeanette. So we have Margaret and Jeanette. Thank you very much for being on the show. I really appreciate it. Number 3.
Hello, my name is Stephanie, and I work for a company making a new kind of clothes out of leaves that I reach from the tops of the tall trees and bring down with my bare hands as I am so tall and have such a long neck.
Thank you very much for being on the show. I'm sorry, tell me your name again.
Stephanie.
Stephanie. So we have Margaret and Jeanette and Stephanie in number 4.
Hello.
Hello. Tell us a little something about yourself and what your name is.
My name is Victoria.
Victoria. Where are you from, Victoria?
I like to make wrapping paper.
I was wondering where you're from.
I'm from everywhere.
Where were you born, Victoria?
Ah, Ohio.
You like making wrapping paper?
Yes.
That's a very nice hobby. So we're here today because we surveyed a whole lot of people, and you all have very strong feelings about solar energy. What was your first experience? When did you realize that solar energy existed? When it was out there? Would anyone like to share their first experience with solar energy? When they discovered it or knew about it?
I
Yes, Jeanette?
remember when I was working with President de Gaulle, and the skies were just opening up, and we felt so hot. And I said, you know, Charles, I called him Charles, probably harness this energy and do something with it. And he agreed.
And now France has a lot of solar energy.
We are very far ahead of much of the world.
Thank you, Jeanette. Thank you for sharing that. Anybody else want to talk about their
I'm
first
so tall, I can practically touch the sun with my bare hands. I love the feel of it. It is so hot and so warm and so wonderful. And I thought, this sun, this great heat, it can be used to power our homes. We do not need electricity. We can just use this great warmth of the sun.
Wow, that's great. Margaret, looked like you want to say something.
Yes, when I used to play as a child in the dirt, I used to move around slowly, and the sun beat on my face, and it was my first exposure to nature and science, and it's been wonderful since.
Oh, so you were really into the dirt when you were
Yes,
a
I
kid.
moved around, and I had my books out there. It all went together, books, and moving around slowly.
And your books in the dirt.
Yes, I had a wonderful childhood in the dirt.
That's very Victoria, what's your first experience with solar energy and the sun?
Well, I love the way the sun feels when it's beaming down on my skin. I don't really care about the energy.
You do have a very nice tan, I must say.
Yes, it's so silky to the top. It feels so good.
I imagine that it would. Now, some people say that the downside of solar energy is, of course, that you don't create any solar energy after dark. You only have it when the sun is out. So people say that is a huge detriment to solar energy. What do you say? Anybody? Margaret?
I take it inch by inch, inch by inch, and I just save it. I savor it, and I put it in the pots, and we use it nicely in the dark.
It sounds like you've created a new kind of storage mechanism for the solar energy.
Yes, exactly.
I would be very interested in hearing more about that after the show. You have pots of solar energy.
I can tell you until the it goes on the stock market. I have to be hush hush.
I understand. Other people have feelings about this detriment to solar energy. It's just
Well, I
not.
have reached up to the top of the trees and have found a new way of absorbing the sun's energy into the leaves of the trees. I store it in my home, and I have energy to power me for days.
Also, you're photosynthetic.
Yes.
That's really excellent. Thank you very much for sharing that. A lot of people aren't willing to admit that they do photosynthesis. Yes, Jeanette.
I think it is important at times to sit in the darkness, to appreciate what you can't see, and to see when you can see. So there's this dichotomy that we all live within. And to appreciate it, we must go into the darkness at times.
That's great. So basically you're saying it's dark, get over it.
It is the balance, it is the natural way.
Yeah, I understand. Victoria?
I don't understand why people would need energy at night. You need to sleep to retain your youth.
Very true. You know, it's a natural way. The sun goes down, you go to sleep. The sun comes up, you get up. It's very natural. Hey, we're going to take a commercial break, but each of you, if you have one thing to tell our audience out there in TV land about solar energy, why they might want to try solar energy, what's one sort of thing that you could tell them to inspire them?
Well, I would say it is a hot topic.
Very hot topic.
It's so much easier to touch the sun when you're just so very tall.
It helps to be tall.
I I would recommend not using any sunscreen at all so you could feel the beams straight on your skin.
Be a walnut.
I would say that I keep cutting myself in different pieces, and I'm trying to figure out how not to get too much sun and to balance everything. So I think in the long run it will work out.
Excellent. On that note, we go to a commercial break. Thank you very much. For our next improvisation, these three people are going to create a story for you. They're going to improvise a story as if they were one person, tagging each other out, picking up the story right where the other person left off. Mid-sentence, mid-thought, mid-word. To get us started, please, could I have a one-word title for this story?
Flatulence.
Really? Flatulence it is!
Thanks, Brian.
From the highly educated man in the back. We now take you to the story, Flatulence.
Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Bobby, and Bobby had a little bit of a problem.
Mirror.
He had a problem with gas. His intestines would just fill up with gas all day long, and he would just erupt in this loud flatulence.
And the loud flatulence would emanate to everywhere, and there would be great scent and aroma that people would just breathe in and adore.
And they found out that the more they breathed in this flatulence, the more they fell in love with it. So they became some of the smelliest people on the planet.
And people were trying to emulate Bobby by corking their anal sphincters and blasting the gas together.
Mirror.
And so that eventually they would all erupt.
And explode and be all over everybody in the world, and it would be one great smell. And see what happened if everybody farted at once.
Bobby tried to
tag.
I tried to go back.
But he couldn't. He wanted to explode again.
Exploding was what Bobby did best.
Even though he started to get bored with it.
As he was bored with it,
he became a nuclear physicist that created an atomic bomb.
All right. This next improvisation is a longer form improvisation. It's called a montage. It's a whole series of overlapping scenes on a single subject or theme. In most cases, every time you see these people, they will be playing a new character in a new situation. It's possible that a character might come back later on in the montage, but in most cases, each time you see these players, they will be playing a new character in a new situation, in a new scene, and they're all somehow inspired by the theme. For this theme, let me get from you a, what do you like about living in Long Island? What's your favorite thing about living in Long Island?
Traffic.
You know what, funny, I would take beaches, except in our rehearsal earlier today, that was the subject that we did, was beaches. So I need to take something else. What was that? I heard something else over here.
Traffic.
That's your favorite thing? No, I really mean your favorite. Shopping malls. Excellent, shopping malls. Shopping malls. Find the personal. Find the personal. So the theme of this montage is shopping malls.
No, it doesn't look that good. Come on.
Honey!
There you go. Perfect.
Victoria's Secret, you me!
But can you try the spandex just for me? Just for me. Oh my God, that's great. Fantastic. More. Higher. Oh my God, that's just amazing.
I love you!
I'll take 20 of them.
Oh, I love this exercise walk in the mall.
Going a little fast, Mom.
Well, the doctor said to lose 20 pounds.
He told you to lose 20 pounds, not me.
He told me to tell you to lose 30.
That guy always had a thing for you.
I know, he's so sweet. You know, he said he's going to give me a box of candy next time I go in.
Mom, that's your gynecologist.
I know you're angry with me because I said those jeans made your butt look big.
You always say my butt looks big. What's with that?
Well, to be honest, I kind of like it that way.
Then you need to buy me some new pants.
Well, I was thinking instead, we could just like take these pillows and stick them on in.
It's great.
It's a good look on you.
It is.
I'm sorry.
Oh, buddy, help me wash the car!
Well, I mean, you know, we're only going to make like about $100 on this. I mean, you know, you've maxed out my credit cards.
You told me to carry a secret!
But this is just a charity. We've got to give this money to charity. We can't pocket this money.
You didn't tell me that! What?
Mom, I know you're angry with me because I wanted all the toys in the store.
Well, this box of Jacks is really nice.
But it's so small.
It'll grow. It grows in your heart.
Mom, you're the best.
Oh, thanks, Sonny. And
Mommy, Build-A-Bear.
Oh,
Please.
Okay, Build-A-Bear it is. Sweetie, let's go. Let's go.
This one.
That one is
This one.
lovely.
Yes.
It's,
Please.
got a lot of ruffles.
Mom.
What if we do the crown on top?
Can you do an outfit and the shoes?
And the shoes. The shoes.
Then she can't walk without them.
I can't believe you took me to such a romantic place on our first date.
Yeah, you know, nothing's too good for you.
Nathan's is wonderful.
You know,
There are chairs there if you want them.
You know, we can take my ice cream truck later.
Really?
Like,
Where do you go?
Yeah, and park it out under the moon.
Oh, so nice.
You got the spandex, right?
Your hot dogs?
Oh,
Thank you. Oh, you like sauerkraut?
Is that a problem?
Yeah.
I like extra onions too.
Oh, it's disgusting.
And yeah, I mean the
You
relish.
take your ice cream truck by yourself, buddy.
I mean, I thought you were going out with me because of my ice cream truck.
Well, yeah, but until I saw the sauerkraut. Oh my God, that killed my grandfather, you know?
Fine.
All right, we gotta get a gift for Mom. We got like 20 minutes and $40. Here you go. Here's your 20. What do you think we should do with it?
Look, I know you're mad at me because I said I'd get it and I forgot, but I was just really busy.
You know, you're always really busy with something. You were too busy to help me bury Mom, but that, I did it. We now have to get her something to bury with her. It's the only good thing to do. Good people would do this.
Well,
Come on! Come on! How about this necklace here? What do you think?
that's kind of like a choker. Do you think that's appropriate?
I think it's very representational of what you did.
30 seconds in silence. Do something first. 30 seconds in silence. Do something first.
Okay, you know.
No, that's not 30 seconds. 30 seconds in silence.
Catch you stealing any bubblegum again. I mean, it's up the river for you. It's the 4th time this week.
He took licorice on Tuesday.
Yeah. I think it's a good beating to take care of. What do you have to say? I mean,
Well, Dad. I didn't
thing? You know? I don't know what I'm going to do with you.
Yes, you did.
I think we should just start over. Maybe we'll come in as the carousel owners next week.
Okay.
All right?
The bar is
so confusing.
How do you like my driving, huh? L-I-E! L-I-E!
Mom, you gotta go back on the meds.
No, the meds! 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 Oh, darling.
Mom.
Oh, Wanto Parkway instead.
I love Sunday drives with you.
You just filled this prescription last week. What happened to all the pills?
I took him!
You took him? Oh my God!
I was driving with my son. He didn't like the way I was driving. He said meds, meds, meds.
You were driving?
No, no, not at all.
Here, take some. It's on me.
Sir, how much do these pants cost?
Oh, $10. Just give me $10.
$10?
$10. $10. Just give me $10.
All right, wait, hold on.
Just give me $10. I
What
have
do
a credit card. Just $10 in cash. Just give it to me.
Wait, I want to try some more things.
No, you pick that.
No,
Just give me the $10.
But I came to the store to shop.
I don't care.
You know,
yeah, I can't sell them now.
just because you're from another country doesn't mean that you get to walk all over me.
I got rid of my accent.
Help her.
I'm so glad you took this cooking class with me in the mall. Oh, thanks. Oh, this is going to be the best cake, sis.
You know, it's always been my dream to work in the food court.
So now we put it in the oven?
Of course we put it in the oven.
Where? Oh, I see, right here.
In front of your face. Oh, it's just like when we were kids. That easy bake oven confused you so much.
It's hard to tell all those dials. You know, one says on, one says off, one says 360, 390, what are those fucking numbers?
The temperature.
All right, I'm going to put it in now. Ready?
Yes.
Oh, that's hot. Wait.
Of course it's hot.
Come on, help me a little bit. I'm opening the door. Well, help me move it too.
Oh, what did you put in this thing? Rocks?
Well, it said a pound of salt. I don't think it said a pound of salt.
Welcome to Monsieur Lepieu's world of shoelaces. How can I help you?
Clearly, this shoe does not have any laces. It needs some.
Oh, madame, that is a bad foot.
How dare you!
I cannot help it, madame. I have seen many feet in my life, and I'll be honest, that is the worst foot I have ever seen. Madame needs lots of shoelaces. Lots of shoelaces. The foot is hidden now.
Oh, the shopping mall. Now y'all gonna want to run out to the mall tomorrow, aren't you? To find the world of shoelaces. For our next improvisation, you know how sometimes someone will come into the room and their mood will infect everybody's in the room? That's the basis for this improvisation. What's going on here? This is called an emotional carpool. We've got 4 characters here, and they all live at 4 different places, and they all work at 4 different places. So the driver's going to get into the car, drive for a while, pick up the first passenger, drive for a while, pick up the second passenger, drive for a while, pick up the third passenger, drive for a while. Then they're going to get to where the third passenger's work is. That person's going to get out. then person number 3 is going to get out, then person number 2 is going to get out, and the driver's going to be left alone in the car. But this is the exciting part. I'm going to get an emotion for each one of these players from you, and when they get into the car, everybody in the car is going to take on the emotion of the person who just got in. So we start with emotion number 1, the driver, then the second person will get in, and then everybody in the car will take on emotion number 2, and then everyone in the car will take on emotion number 3, and then everyone in the car will take over emotion number 4. Then they're going to get, when 4 gets out, we'll go back to emotion 3. When 3 gets out, we'll go back to emotion 2. When 2 gets out, the driver will go back to her original emotion, and that is the improvisation. So, to get us started, could I get, please, an emotion for Fran?
Ashamed.
I'm sorry, ashamed? Ashamed. Could I get a positive emotion for Kathy?
Euphoric.
Euphoric. Could I get an emotion for Joanne?
Bored.
Bored. And could I get a positive emotion for Jess?
Excited.
Excited. Recite your emotions, please.
Ashamed.
Ashamed.
Euphoric.
Euphoric. Bored.
Excited.
Excited. We take you to an emotional carpool.
Look. It's not. No, I don't want to come back home. I couldn't, no, I couldn't. Listen, I have to drive carpoots. No, driving, no, I'm gonna get to work, I'll pick up the truck. Yeah, I'll pick up the garbage. Yeah, I'll do it. All right, listen, I gotta pick up. Oh, Kathy. Oh,
I'm so excited to go to work today. Oh, it is such a beautiful day out today. The sun is shining. We're all awake and alive, and we're ready to go to our fantastic jobs.
You know what? And I had the best night last night.
Did you really? What happened?
My son came home from college.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Oh, I bet he's having such a great time at school.
He said he brought a hot girl home.
So great.
You know what? You'll come over.
Oh, I can't wait. I have to meet him. I have to ask her all the questions about
That's
school.
everybody
I
has
have
to
to
elevator. She is awesome.
Oh my
You know
goodness.
what?
Oh, this is so
I
exciting.
think I see Joanne waiting on the morning.
She is. Yeah, she's coming.
Oh no.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Morning, Joanne.
What's up? Everything's like,
Yeah.
no interest, nothing, everything's just.
Yeah, it's just one of those days.
Because I had to save all the
The weather, the
Yeah.
clothes, the
Breakfast,
money, the
yeah.
bills.
See
God,
my
It's
job
like,
that I go to every single
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
changes.
Potholes.
Oh, my
Share,
goodness,
share.
it's so uncomfortable.
Oh,
You okay back there?
not really.
Yeah, me
No,
neither.
no,
Yeah,
nothing,
just
you
not
know,
in the
it's
mood to
all
go to
just,
work or to be out of bed or need to be
you know.
alive. I don't know.
Simple
Nothing
puzzle.
to do,
Oh, Jess.
nothing interesting
Jess. Oh,
anymore.
she's always wearing the same freaking
Oh,
outfit.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
believe it.
Do you like my shirt? It's I got coffee for everyone. I got your cappuccino. Did you get a shot? Yeah, making music loud. You like Taylor Swift too? I got front row concert tickets. Get
Laura always gets those tickets for me.
I know, she's fantastic. She is.
That's Laura.
So good.
You know what? It's such a thrilling day that the
It is.
four of us could be together as we're about to go to work. But tonight's the concert and we're listening.
So many exciting things at once.
It is so much fun, Jess. I know it's awesome, but I just gotta go.
All right.
Bye, see you later. Bye. All right.
That was not the most interesting conversation I've
You know, I think it's interesting anymore.
One at a time.
Jess is always wearing black, isn't she?
I know.
they talk to themselves a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, what's coming up next is our final improvisation of the night. Everybody say, "Oh." Thank you for your understanding. Before we go, I have to thank, oh, hi, Pat. Before we go, I have to thank Snook and all the wonderful people. Give them a round of applause. And I think you've been a fantastic audience. I think you should give yourselves a round of applause. And just very quickly, if you think you might be interested in learning how to do some of this, I teach class on Sunday afternoons. Our final class of the season is starting tomorrow, and it's sold out. So, but we will start up again in September, and I'm actually splitting the class into two so that there'll be space for everybody who wants to take. So if you're interested, you can give one of these fine people your email address, or you can go to longislandimprov.com. longislandimprov.com. And that's the website for the class. There's also a lot of stuff there about what the class is.
Make your partner look good.
longislandimprov.com. Were you doing sign language? No. Would you do some sign language for the rest of my speech? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you feel like improvisation would be something you would enjoy, you can ask these people what class is like, or you can sign up for the fall class on the website using your computer, or you could send me a pigeon, or you could
shit all over you.
Okay, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, for our last improvisation, what we're going to do is take you to a late night radio call-in show. This is the host of the late night radio call-in show, and various and sundry people on either side of him in different places are going to call up and talk to the host about the subject of the day. To get us started, hey, was there a time recently you remember that you were having an argument with somebody and you realized it was an incredibly stupid argument? What was it? What was it about?
Are you married?
I can certainly answer the question. I'm wondering if any of you can answer the question. Anybody recently get into an argument you went afterwards? You went, that was a really dumb argument. What was it about?
Overcooked the roast.
Overcooked. So this is a cooking. So this is a late night radio call-in show all about cooking. Late night radio call-in show on the air in 5, 4, 3.
Well, hello out there, listeners. This is Patty G coming to you live from WSNUCC in Freeport, Long Island. Tonight's topic is going to be cooking. We're going to be taking random callers from across the country with their views and opinions on cooking. Callers out there, please give us your first name and where you're from before you say anything else. Let's go to our first caller. Hello.
Hello, my name is Henry. I am a meat cooker. I like meat. I like big meat. I like it all over. I like red meat. It's got to be not cooked. It's got to be.
Henry, you eat raw red meat?
Yes, I do.
Where are you from?
Jersey.
Figures. Next caller.
Hey there, I'm Bob.
Hi, Bob. Where you from?
Well, I'm from down south.
No shit.
I like the barbecue. I think barbecue is the best food. Everyone should be eating barbecue.
Why do you feel that way?
Well, it's yummy, and it's gooey, and it gets all over your fingers.
Bob, are you barbecuing ice cream? What are you talking about? What is
Well,
that?
that sauce, it's got a stickiness to it that, that stickiness just can't be matched when it's good barbecue.
Okay, Bob, thanks for calling. Next caller.
My husband won't cook. Ever.
Miss, before you break down, can you give us your name and where you might be calling from?
Yeah, my name is Matilda. I'm calling from Mattatuck. And, I would cook, but I don't know how. And my husband won't ever cook. And I mean, he won't cook in the kitchen. He won't cook in the bedroom. He won't cook anywhere.
Oh, no, Matilda, apparently news travels slow to Mattatuck. We were just referring to cooking as in food, not cooking anything else.
Oh, is there a sex line I can call?
Matilda, why don't you just text me after the show? Next call.
Oh, hi, I'm calling from Battle Creek, Michigan. My name's David. I'm in the Public Relations Department of General Mills.
Well, hi, Dave.
You know, I just wanted to call. Processed food just gets us such a bad rap. It's really great stuff. I mean, take Jell-O. I mean, we're coming out with some really great new Jell-O flavors, like mustard Jell-O, and sriracha Jell-O, and chicken and waffles Jell-O.
Dave, what exactly is sriracha for our listeners out there?
Sriracha is a Thai hot sauce that'll burn the goddamn roof off your mouth.
Well, let me, so in other words, you're saying we should have a smoking hot spice inside of a nice cool gelatin type mold?
Exactly. I mean, just like in the 50s where you had all those recipes in those magazines where you used like seafood and hot dogs and cake and stuff, and they were all in Jell-O molds.
Do you feed this to your family?
Well, no.
Why is that?
I don't have a family.
Okay, so next caller. Next caller, please. State your name and where you calling from.
This is Susie, and
Hi,
I'm
Susie.
calling from San Francisco.
Hi.
And I just heard your previous caller, and he's nuts. Genetically engineered food, it's making us all crazy. I saw a guy with 3 legs yesterday. The time before, I saw a guy with 4 ears. It's crazy, it's crazy, it's ruining our society.
Have you told anybody about these sightings?
Well, I write it in my journal. I write it in my journal every day. Every day I write in my journal.
All right,
Someday I'll show somebody.
Was there a history of drug abuse in your brain and your family?
We took some things, but you know, they were, but not as bad as the genetically engineered stuff that they're doing today. Not at all, not like that at all.
All right, Susie, well, thanks for calling. See you next acid trip. Next call.
Yes, I call you back. You order the fried rice, but I do not know what type of fried rice you order.
Tell us your name if you can. And
My name?
Yeah.
My name is Mary, but what is
Your name is Mary?
Yes, my name is Mary, but I'm calling about the fried rice you wanted me to cook. The fried rice and the dumplings. That's what you ordered.
Mary, I think you might have the wrong number.
No, this number dialed me.
This number dials you.
I say 20 minutes.
No, that's minute rice you're talking about.
No, I say 20 minutes for the fried rice. You don't tell me what kind you want. How can I cook?
Okay, Mary, would you just hold on for a minute while we come right back? Next caller, please.
Oh, yes, bonjour. Oh, bonjour. Bonjour.
Bonjour, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Oh, I'm Françoise. Really? Yes.
Come again, ma'am. Come again. Ma'am, do you come with an interpreter? What is your first name?
Françoise.
Consuela?
No. Hold on. Françoise.
Françoise. Okay.
Yes, really.
And obviously I know where you're calling from. Tell us about cooking, being a Frenchman.
Oh, I listen to your callers, and none of them understand how to cook.
Well, how is it that they cook, coming from the world's famous French culinary?
How to cook? That is what I want to tell everybody. You use a little bit of cognac. Really? Cognac.
Cognac. Cognac.
And sometimes you use a little beer in your brisket.
A little what? Wait, Consuela, what was that? A little what?
Cognac is something you put in the
Consuela, you're our grand prize winner. We're going to get you English lessons for the next week. Next caller, please. Anybody? Next caller. Hi.
Hi, this is Joanne. I'm calling from Oceanside. I just want
Don't
to
look
tell
at him. You can't see him. You're in another room.
Yeah,
Hi, Joanne from Oceanside.
Joanne
This
from
is Patty
Oceanside.
G in Freeport.
I just wanted to tell you, with respect to cooking, I've been trying for 50 years, and I've decided to let the experts do the cooking, and I just bring in. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Joanne. Next caller.
Yeah, hi. My name is Mary, and I'm from LA.
Hi, Mary.
I just wanted to say, I'm really opposed to your show.
Why is that, Mary?
Well, because I only eat raw food, so cooking is totally not in my religion.
Well, Mary, did you know that eating raw food besides sushi can be very dangerous with salmonella and other type of toxins and poisoning? Obviously, it's gotten to you. How do you feel about that?
I feel very bloated from the antibiotics. But other than that, child, and so nobody should ever have an oven in their house, because that's a danger.
Well, Mary, I mean, do you think most of our callers' mothers stuck their heads in the oven? I mean, it doesn't happen all that often. You know what's a good, I think, would help you? You have a microwave?
No, I don't have a mic. Yes, I have a microwave.
Okay.
It's got plants in it.
Okay, why don't you take the plants out, put your head in there on baked potato salad. Next caller, please.
Hello.
Hello, love.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, how old are you?
It doesn't matter, that's none of your business.
Oh, God, an English
Caller.
accent.
Oh, all right, fine, I'm 30.
First, where are you calling from?
Well, I'm from London.
I mean, on the exact street and apartment. Goddamn English accent. Go ahead, you can say anything.
Baker Street.
Just say anything, it's going to sound good.
Well, you know, we don't care if our food tastes good or not. It doesn't really matter, does it?
Well, why does it not matter to a fine Brit like yourself that your food wouldn't taste good?
Well, no matter how hard we try, it's not going to taste good.
Why is that?
Well, you know, you got your fish and chips, and you got your beans on toast. I mean, why would you put beans on toast in the morning? That doesn't make any sense, but, you know, it's the culture.
I see. Any other, do you cook for yourself?
I try.
Do you make dinner for two?
No.
Okay, I do. Please text me when you, after the show, okay? Next call.
Hey.
Hi.
Pat.
Yeah.
This is Bliss.
Hi, Bliss.
Hey.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Brooklyn Heights.
Brooklyn Heights. I remember
Yeah.
Brooklyn Heights.
Yeah, I play a ukulele.
You play a ukulele,
Yeah.
huh? Bliss, what does that have to do with cooking, though? As much as I want to hear about your
it's this
ukulele.
whole community that I live in.
You're in a kibbutz?
It's not exactly, yeah, it's like that.
Like a kibbutz.
We call it that. It's a nickname.
It's like an Italian kibbutz? kind
It's
of?
an Italian kibbutz. And we're all vegan.
You all vegans. Are those people that like
Yeah.
worship witches and stuff? No, those are Wiccans. But forgive me there, Bliss.
Some of us are.
Bliss, I'm curious, where did you get that first name?
My parents.
Okay, Einstein, tell me something I don't know. What made them think of Bliss?
They were very happy when I was born.
Oh, okay. And what do you have to say about cooking now in your Italian kibbutz with your parents?
Italian vegan food is amazing.
What would be a typical Italian vegan dish?
Meatless meatballs.
Meatless meatballs.
Yes, and
That's kind of like a cordless extension cord. What's that? That's it!